Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. We are continuing our studies in the book of Hebrews, looking at chapters 6 through 8 this week. In the studies today and tomorrow, we're going to be looking at some verses in 7 and 8 that really talk about a change and a transition. And it was something that these people to whom he was writing really needed to understand. And yet it's something that I think even people today sometimes struggle to understand. So let's take a look at what the writer says. Today we're going to look at Hebrews chapter 7, beginning in verse 11. Hebrews chapter 7, beginning in verse 11, from the New King James Version. Therefore, if perfection were through the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should arise, according to the order of Melchizedek, and not be called according to the order of Aaron? For the priesthood being changed, of necessity there is also a change of the law. For he of whom these things are spoken belongs to another tribe, from which no man has officiated at the altar. For it is evident that our Lord arose from Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood. And yet it is far more evident, if in the likeness of Melchizedek there arises another priest who has come, not according to the law of fleshly commandment, but according to the power of an endless life. For he testifies, you are a priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. For on the one hand, there is an annulling of the former commandment because of its weakness and unprofitableness, for the law made nothing perfect. On the other hand, there is the bringing in of a better hope, through which we draw near to God. Jesus is our high priest, but Jesus could not serve as high priest under the law. He says this in verse 14, for it is evident that our Lord arose from Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood. And interesting side note here, this shows that silence does not authorize. Somebody can say, well, God never said you cannot have a priest from Judah. He didn't have to. He said, I want my priest from Levi. And more specifically, I want my priest from the sons of Aaron. And so it teaches us that we need that authority from God. And when God doesn't speak, there is no authority. And in connection with that, he says in verse 12, for the priesthood being changed of necessity, there is also a change of the law. Now, what is the significance of this for these people? And what is the significance of this for us? Here were people who were struggling. And they had come out of Judaism. And they were tempted to go back. But he says the law's changed. That law is no longer effective. Jesus is now the high priest. And if Jesus is now the high priest, the law cannot be the same. It can't be the same law that binds and governs us. Same is true for us today. When we look for our authority, just as in the United States, we don't go back and say, we came from Britain, and so we go back and look at the laws of Britain to say, I'm bound by the laws of Britain. Why? Because we are in a new country bound by new laws. The same is true for Christians. We're not bound by the Old Testament law, the law given by Moses to the people of Israel. That was a law for them. And when Jesus became high priest, that law changed. And it became a new law. And it's that new law under the new high priest that we serve. So as we seek our authority, and as we seek our encouragement, as we seek our hope, it is not found in the old law given to the Israelites on Mount Sinai. It is found in the law bound to the high priest, that is Jesus, who is now our new high priest. Hope that you will think on these things and join us again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.